Welcome everybody to the top 10 recent anime that looks generic on the surface but actually are really sweet romance deep down. My name is, you know it, Misty / Chronexia. And with about 50 to 100 new shows being released every season, it's easy for an actual good one to slip in the cracks. I mean, have you seen that cleavage? So this is why I decided to take purely the romantic anime made from 2017, 18, and 2019, tallying up purely the last 3 years. These are all anime with phenomenal love stories and really satisfying development, but they can definitely offer some off-putting vibe if you only skim the surface, which is why you got me here to clean up that misconception. Lucky you. What's that? I can't go to the list unless you've hit that like and subscribe button? Nah, my boy wouldn't do me dirty like that. He's got my back. I trust him with my life. Ah shit, he skipped the intro, didn't he? Number 10. Love is like a it's in my throat. Love is like a cocktail. Yeah, that's what I was going for. Starting off with this little gem you've never heard a peep about. Love is Like a Cocktail is a very short anime about a girl who's kind of stuck up, so her husband, who's also a bartender, loosen up that smile by getting her drunk. They're married, so it's okay, I think. The anime is half entertainment, half information on how to make basic-ass cocktails, and it's flavored with a sweet romantic overtone about the perfect husband who White Knight and Umaru-chan like husk. I wouldn't watch this show if it had like 12 episodes of 20 minutes each, but since it's like 3 minutes for every single one of them, with a kick-ass ending theme song, I surprised myself watching the whole thing and coming out with a few extra cocktail recipe. Nothing to be ashamed of. Number 9. Sainai Heroine no Sodateketa. Saekano is probably the epitome of this list thematic. The show started off as generic as it gets, another harem rom-com with girls each more kawaii than the other one. There's nothing wrong with that, but by the time you get to season 2, this is when the show hits its full stride. I'm kind of cheating here since season 1 came out in 2015, but it's season 2 I really want to praise, and I came out in 2017, so it counts. It counts. Check the rules. Check with my lawyer. He said that was allowed. The story is about a guy who is obsessed with collecting anime and light novels. So in hopes of spreading his love for the media, he recruits 4 girls to help him make his own game. They learn by experimenting together. Wink wink, nudge nudge. Each lady have their own skill. One is dedicated to scripting, the other works on the illustration, and so on. By the time season 2 comes around, we really got fleshed out characters that I'm sure you will bond with. Number 8. Tsurezure Children. Tsurezure Children genuinely impresses me. It's hard enough as it is to make one romantic story interesting and stick, but you gotta make 6 of them in one show? And in half the time because each episode is only 12 minutes long? Are you insane? Hold my beer, Tsurezure Children said, and it fucking delivered. If you don't want to invest yourself in just one big thing, Tsurezure gets you through multiple romantic build-up between a wide cast. So even if you don't like 1 or 2, then the other 4 are really gonna carry and bring in the fluff. Overall, each one is a satisfying bite-sized romance that you can appreciate on the go. Very cute, drama is minimal, and the art style is pretty bright, which, you know, I always enjoy. Number 7. Wotakoi and Recovery of an MMO Junkie. I'm having a dual entry here because while I have a clear preference between the two, I still think they both can offer something interesting. Wotakoi follows 2 couples, aka 4 characters, that works in an office, but they're all otakus of some level. Whether it's playing game, cosplaying, reading manga, that's what they like to do in their free time. So you see their relationship evolve with their work and the hobby at the same time. But if you hate the working aspect of the show and you purely want hobby focus, this is where MMO Junkie can possibly satisfy you. The story is about a girl who quits her job to play an MMO full-time. The romance side is a bit of a subplot at first and eventually takes enough spotlight, but it did leave me with some blue ball. The ending was... it was okay, but it could have given me some bite down the pillow stuff, if you get me. We like to have fun here on the Chronexia channel, but we also respect Rainbow Flag Senpai. So number 6, Bloomin To You, and Given. I wanted to also touch on the homosexual topic, but with a serious angle. Thankfully, we got 2 incredible anime that got released in the past 2 years for both sides of the coin. Bloomin To You is a masterful romantic anime about lesbian love, 2 high school girls that are oddly attracted to one another. The topic is raised with such care that it's impossible not to love it. It's so much more than just an average romance story. On the other hand, if you're looking for a guy-on-guy version, last summer we got Given, a story about a guy who used to play basketball and guitar, but suddenly got jaded of both, until a new guy gave him a different perspective. If you're not put off by the fact these 2 animes are same-gender romance, they definitely offer some high-caliber insight on life. I was gonna put a bunch of jokes in there, but I figured it would take away from the seriousness that I was trying to raise, so it's actually 2 really good shows. You might want to try them. Number 5, High Score Girl. We got 2 romance anime about the otaku life, we got 2 romance about homosexuality, and I was gonna give you 2 romance about video games with gamers and High Score Girl. But when I set out to compare the 2, High School Girl blew gamers out of the water on every point. Yes, I understand this anime is in CGI, and for many that is still a very off-putting kind of visual, but if even my AnimeList.net can give it a score of 8.06 despite that, my dude, it has to be on point somewhere. The anime happened in the early 90s, back when arcade was a really big thing. The main character is a gamer, and he's pretty good at it. Upon challenging players at the arcade, he gets shredded by another fighter. Turns out it's a girl gaming. Prodigy. She's really good. Together they start to bond over many different games. If you are a gamer yourself, please consider trying it out. All the hidden gaming references are gonna make you smile. Say something funny, anime funny man. Stop pressuring me, I'm working on it. Number 4, Teasing Master Takagi-san. Takagi-san is somehow really endearing to me. The premise of this show is about Takagi, a middle schooler who takes a wicked fun at embarrassing her best friend Nishitaka. If you like trollish anime or just an overall tongue-in-cheek ambience with cute kids, this might be for you. The show offers a good variety of pranks, and the synergy between the characters really set the show. Of course, this being focused around middle schooler, the romantic aspect is very childlike in nature, but that doesn't make it bad, just different. Pick it up if you're like a more slice-of-life angle to your day. Number 3, Sakigake. Sakigake is an anime I constantly keep praising, and people always end up telling me the same thing. Yeah, I'll get to it someday. I understand the cover looks boring, the premise is super generic too, but fuck does it delivers. The story is about a guy and a girl who constantly keep bumping into each other through some odd fate encounters. They're gonna go out to a restaurant and they both meet at the soda machine, or they walk across each other in the street and they start bonding out of these micro moments. Like, you ever take a commute and always see the same person at the same time at the same place, but one day he's just not there and it makes you weirdly sad? Yeah, that's the kind of kinship you get with this show. Yeah, I get it. You'll get to it someday. I know.
って忘れるのは無理でした。
ちょっと、私を想像して変なことしてないでしょうね。
Number 2, Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Bunny Girl Senpai was all the buzz of the 2018 fall season because it was so far up and above the rest with its intrigue and captivating characters. Instead of taking a normal girl and turning her into an idol, you have the entire opposite happening. A very famous idol girl suddenly become an average teenager through cancel culture? No, not really. But it's a surprisingly rich story that begins quite slow, so at first it might take a while to get the ball rolling, but if you're patient enough, it'll end up paying dividends later on. Going in with no expectation is the best way to experience this one. I'm kinda underselling it because it really doesn't need my praises to be good.
そんなに僕に会いたかったですか？
あら？あらあら。あらあら、へえ。
And finally, number 1, Kaguya-sama, Love is War. This is everything you need, and then some. Kaguya-sama is an anime about two very successful high schooler. One is the school students' council president, a guy called Miyuki, and the other is a girl called Kaguya. As the title implies, you dumb bitch, just follow along. She's the vice president. Both are highly respected members of society and of the school, and they have, therefore, developed an ego so big, it's almost the size of my dick. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up some joke points that I missed earlier. They are convinced the other person is in love with them, so thus begin a massive mind game to get the other person to confess, oftentimes ending in a colossal failure. It's a romantic comedy, and there's not really any way I can put this that would convince you to give it a chance other than just go in with blind faith on my word. I assure you it will not disappoint. Even if you're not generally into romance, this anime carries its weight with the comedy alone. If you have not seen all 12 of these entries, I can assure you they will warm your dead cold heart and maybe give you some feel. And well, if not, then you can always come back next week. We're gonna be hitting the spooks down. It's October, so on my channel, I always like to go heavily on the horror stuff during that period. If that seems like something you'd like, subscribe and hit the bell, yo. Someday. If you've seen all of the recent anime and you're looking for some OG classic, I have made other top 10 lists about romantic stuff. Maybe you'll find another match in there. Check it out, and have a great weekend. Peace!
Hard times, I've been on the wrong side, I've been ashamed. So many memories, you know I'd like to change.